So we don't want the body, well, let's say it's not useful for the body to be relaxed all the time, because then we cannot act as we need to in the present. If you don't take time to relax the agitation in your body, then the next thing that happens to you may agitate you and will go on top of that. And if you still have not relaxed and lowered the agitation so it can be open what happens, then the next agitation goes on top and then on top. Then it comes a time where you can't think because you're overwhelmed. You've got too much going on and your body is saying, I can't deal with it. Just much like a trauma.
Yes.
So you want to keep the agitation down to an optimal level. So when something else comes, you start from the optimal level, you deal with it, and then you bring the agitation back to an optimal level. Now, people talk about anxiety, which is a pathological term, but it's not. We are all made of atoms, and atoms are always in movement. They have to be agitated in order to mix with each other, and that's how nature works. So if we agitate the atoms too much, they will separate from each other and things fall apart.
Yeah.
Like if you're boiling some water too much, it will boil over. So our body is like every instrument that nature has created and works like that.
What you're saying is there's a certain level of movement and agitation that we comfortably need and require.
Exactly.
In the book, you've mentioned a few times that you learned even prior to being introduced to any sort of therapy, you learned through your father, look for what's missing.
Yeah.
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 Which is, I find it almost sounds a little bit like it's almost like shifting your focus to something in the same way mindfulness speaks of.
Yes.
How would you describe that?
For me, it meant to be aware of everything that's going on, or as many things as I could, because you can't be all the time.
Yeah.
And knowing how nature works, then I would become aware that something is not there. Something is missing. In my case, in most cases, it was programs.
Okay.
This is the need of human beings, and it's not being served. Okay. So I would develop something that would serve that. And I think that came from looking around and seeing something has changed, or I seem to have some awareness of human need. I think we all have it, but we don't all use it.
Right. And so that was an early introduction to compassion, I'm guessing, as well.
Well, I'd like to see it that way.